Here it is, the 2024 Moto Guzzi V7 Corsa. It's Italy's best. Stay with me, you don't want to miss this. The first thing you'll notice is this beautiful display here. Let's get this thing started up, get going. Woo! This is a V-twin. I want you to see this as I rev it up. There's so much torque in this motor. It's like riding a two-wheel hot rod. Actually, it is a two-wheel hot rod. Let's get going here. Well, we got one little slow here. Let's get going here. Man, huge thank you to Plano Kawasaki. Huge thank you to Plano Kawasaki that allows me to do these rides. First rides for y'all. They've got all this stuff in stock. I also did a ride on a 100 V100 Mandello. Woo. Man, this is Italy's best right here. I mean, this thing, the fit and finish of it, let me make sure it's getting everything perfect. I've got links to all my 360 cameras, discount links in the description, and Plano Kawasaki's link. They're the nation's biggest dealer, so they're going to have all this stuff in stock. Man, what an awesome bike. Oh yeah, it makes that torque, man. It's a V-twin. Let's get out here. You can see that blinker going. It does have 2-channel ABS, and it does have traction control. I forgot to put the license plate on. They gave me one, a temporary. Always somebody coming in or out here. But man, what an awesome bike. The fit and finish on this is totally out of line. I hope you can see that right there. That Corsa, just good looking stuff. All the switch gear, that clutch pull is so light. Let's get going here. Oh yeah, it does have a 17-inch rear tire and an 18 front. And I remember I used to have a Harley like that had a bigger front tire, and it just made it so much sportier. And I'm going to get off up here and show you this bike and show you what I think sticks out about it. Let's get over here. Everything is just so simple. This thing is shaft drive, and I'll go over some service stuff with you as well. Make sure you're subscribed, and if you get something from this, like it, leave me a comment. If you've ever owned a Moto Guzzi, it's a 100-year-old company, and it'll tell you in the literature on this bike that this is a 100,000-mile motorcycle if you do your service right. Let me jump off of it here. Here we go. Let me lift this lid up. It's like 100 degrees out here. Woo! It's warm today. First of all, look at the color. Look at the color. It does have dual exhaust, and I'll show that to you. Everything on this bike is LED. You can see that rear light. And that's reminds me of like a MV Agusta, which is, all this stuff is top tier products. MV Agusta, Moto Guzzi. Here we go. So it does have this front cafe front end on it. This bike is just beautiful. I mean, I'm in awe of the red and silver. This would be the one I buy. They do make 5 editions of this. You should have already seen the diagram of that, or the images. They do make 5 different versions. All of them don't have this cafe front end, but let's walk around it. We'll go over to this side. It does have a 320 millimeter floating front rotor. Make sure we're getting that. It does have Brembo brakes right there, 4 piston calipers. Let's go over some of the service stuff. First of all, it does have a shaft drive, and the service interval on that is every 2 years. So that's going to be carefree every 2 years. I mean, how many times are you going to change the oil in that? I guess it depends on how long you own it. This is a different kind of crowd that buys these bikes. This is like the Ferrari, the Lamborghini of motorcycles here. This has got a lot of heritage behind it. Anyways, it's got a lot of heritage behind it. They've had the same basic design for a lot of years. They did go up to the 850cc platform. It's 853 cc's. They had the 700 platform before. This makes 68 horsepower, and it makes 72 newton meters of torque. It's a very torquey bike. There is no oil filter on this bike. You just change the oil. So it's something you could do at your house. But look at this. Just look at the beauty in this bike. Those heads sticking out. Look at that. I'm just revving it up, the whole bike. It's like driving a 600 horsepower hot rod car. When you rev it up, it just shakes it. I mean, it just shakes it. But this bike has it has different levels of preload back here, and you can adjust that with your spanner wrench. The front forks are already set. It does have this nice, I call it suede, but it's got another name for this fabric here. But man, look at this. Even the details on this are so nice. Look at the fuel cap. Billet aluminum fuel cap. Let's go over some of that. So we'll go to mode. You got trip. 2 trips, your time. You can set on your ride. I haven't set anything on this. This is a new bike with like 2 miles on it. The average so far has been 6 miles an hour. Average fuel is 15 miles a gallon. This does have a 5.5 gallon fuel tank. It gets about 50 miles a gallon. The wheelbase is about, I believe it's 76 inches, and it's about 81 inches, 76 inches in the middle of the tires. No, that's not right. I think it's 53 inches. Leave a comment if you know. But it's got your oil sight level over here. Everything on this bike is super easy to change your oil. There's no oil filter. It does come with a 2-year factory warranty. Let me show you the wheels and tires. They are lightweight aluminum, and these are Michelin tires. It's a 190 18-inch diameter. This back one's 150/70, I believe. Yep, 150/70. Make sure I'm getting that in there. 150/70, 17. So the back wheel is smaller than the front wheel. I don't know if that don't even make sense. But anyways, it just rides so good. You've got your embroidered back seat here, Moto Guzzi. Everything is LED. Let me show you these blinkers. And I'm going to show you this headlight. This headlight is just pure beauty. Make sure I'm getting that. Yep, got to be getting it. We'll go around to the front. Look at this headlight. This is what I love. I just love that wing look. Beautiful. I mean, that's a piece of art right there. That's just a piece of art right there. We're going to put it on high beam. It's all LED, so it's going to make a ton of light at night. You can be seen. Also, you have your flash to pass right there. Hope you can see that. In case you run up to a red light and you want everybody to know you're going through it. 2-year unlimited mileage warranty. This is a beautiful bike, man. Look at this thing. I love Italian stuff because I'm Italian. But look at it. It's just beautiful. Could you imagine walking up to this in your garage every day? This bike is 80-20 2024, I want to say 8690. It's 9690. The only thing that will even really compare to it is like a Tiger 800 or a Ducati 800, and they're going to be a lot more than that price. Moto Guzzi's got some killer financing right now. If you're interested in this bike, give Plano, Kawasaki, Suzuki, Aprilia, Moto Guzzi, Vespa a call. Their number is 972-422-4111. Let's get back on this and ride a little bit. It does have 2 levels of traction control. It does have 2 levels of traction control, which you can see that there. Turn that blinker off, we'll push it in. There's your flash to pass. Right there, your switch. There's your high beam, just flip it up. Super simple. There's your start button, there's your mode button. All the controls are high quality. All the finishes. This one, and there's one other bike, one other Moto Guzzi that comes with in this class, that comes with the bar end mirrors. Woo! You can, look at that bike. You can feel that torque. This is a killer bike right here. Let's take it out on the street. Man, getting it in first gear is so easy. You're sitting almost straight up. Let me put my lid down because we're going to give it a pretty good little run here. Here we go. You can watch that speedometer. Tells you when to shift the gear. It's going to make your 68 horsepower, and I believe it's 6,800 RPM. So it's going to make it down low. There's no need to really run this bike over 7,000-8,000, but man, it just handles so good. It's so comfortable. It is just so comfortable, and it's Italian. It's got 100-year heritage. I mean, what else could a person want? This is like a Ferrari or a Lamborghini. I mean, these are made in Italy. The town where they make them, everybody just has huge pride in making these. And I will tell you this, I talked to Tom up at Plano, Kawasaki, Suzuki, Aprilia, Moto Guzzi, and he told me when he sells these, the only time the owner really comes back is to buy oil or to trade them in 4 or 5 years later. So it's a trouble-free bike. You can get the extended warranty pretty cheap after the first 2 years. I want to say it's like $800. I don't know if you'd be wasting your money. But y'all leave a comment in the comments and tell me if you've owned them, what your experience is, how your experience has been. We're going to get out here and go. Everything is just such a perfect feel. It does have Brembo. It shows a Brembo emblem on the levers. So I would suspect that's probably a Brembo master cylinder. Let's go out here and go. I mean, just tons of torque. Better slow down here. But man, if y'all are liking the videos, and like I say, I've got Aprilias in my first ride videos. I've got Moto Guzzi, so make sure you subscribe. You'll be notified. I do a ride on a new bike every week. And make sure you share this with somebody if they're interested in the Moto Guzzi, or you want them to buy a bike like this because you got one. But man, it just wants to jerk the front wheel off the ground. And this is only a 68 horsepower bike. But man, huge thank you to Plano, Kawasaki, Suzuki. We've got some 25s coming up, and I've already got some 25s in my playlist. So make sure you check that playlist out, first rides and reviews. And we'll see you on the next one. Man, I thank y'all for riding with me, for participating in the channel. If you leave a comment, I will answer it. Look at this flash to pass. in the light, in the door there. That is so cool. We'll turn it on high beam. There's your high beam. So your flash to pass is your high beam. Awesome bike. Thanks for riding with me. We'll see you on the next one.